Once again, we're back up in Orr, Minnesota. It's a beautiful day again. Gonna work on putting the lookouts out. Putting fascia on so we can get ready to sheet this thing. The lookouts stick out 3 feet, so it's a 3-foot overhang, but they only come back in 16 inches, which is contradictory to everything I've ever learned, with 2/3 in and 1/3 out. This is just blocking, cut at 22.5 inches. That'll keep our lookouts at 24-inch centers and help stabilize them. I personally don't like the design on this. We're nailing a 2x8 into a 2x3 and then into our blocking and our end truss, which is also a 2x3. Seems like an awful lot of weight on a little piece of wood. When it comes to trimming these, I do believe it'll be off of a ladder and not walking up and down them. My 225-pound body is afraid of falling. Unfortunately, there's nothing real exciting on what we're doing currently. So this is going to unfortunately be another one of those slower videos. Again, monotonous, time-consuming. That's what construction can be. Right now I'm just cutting some wind wash. It'll go from the top of the sheets on the top plate up to the 1.5 inches from the bottom of the sheeting. That'll just prevent insulation from being blown around and tie the trusses in a little better. Looking between the trusses is where the wind wash is sitting. Then, as we turn the corner, you'll see all the lookouts. Once again, using ladder to trim all those tails off. 3 foot's a little too far to extend the arm. And again, my 225 pounds don't like hanging out there. Now after all the tails were cut and hopefully straight, we can put the fascia up. Of course, first what we did, and I didn't get on video, was straighten the 2 end trusses, keep everything plumb square. It always amazes me, little tiny variances, how they can throw a lookout either downhill or uphill just by the bumps in the truss itself. That's the reason why Rick is lifting and pulling down. He's just trying to keep the tops all nice and flat. Using ear nailers, you don't always get them very tight, so it's nice to go back and smack them with a hammer. The tails of these trusses are going to be square cut instead of plumb cut, just meaning that the fascia is 90 degrees to the surface of the roof. Rick's just finishing the 2-foot centers that run along the bottom edge of that end truss. It just gives us our 2-foot nailing pattern for our sheets. Before everybody falls asleep on me in this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit like if you want. Share it if you want. But thanks. We'll join the sheeting already in progress, seeing how I misplaced a bunch of footage again. This is all 5/8 plywood. It's heavier than a son of a gun. And we're standing on a 5/12, and we're sheeting a 12/12 currently. Just makes for awkward positions, no leverage. These larger trusses have a bunch of joints in them because the underside is also a 5/12 going into a 12/12. They're kind of parallel cord trusses, but they're all bent. So we have to sit there and pry, push, pull to get the sheets to line up on marks. Not to mention, the on-center measurements go from 16 on center on the room and attics. And then they jumped to 19.2 or 9 3/16 into the vaulted. And then the 512 vaults are all 24 inch. So you only have one sheet in a run. That's an 8-footer. Now that the roof is somewhat stabilized, we'll go through and add our piggybacks up, finish off the tops of the trusses. All they are is nailed to the 2x4s we had run earlier, and then toe nailed into the actual main truss. Then when the sheeting goes over it, there's a foot or so that drops down onto the other truss, so they're all tied in nice. There are definitely some nice pine trees in the background there. Of course, the lake's on my side of the roof. With a bandana on his head, I think Rick is having a 1960s moment. You can't see them real well, but in between each truss is an H-clip that supports the sheeting from bowing or bellying. Well, that's one side down. Now to get it blacked in and start on the other side. Everybody have a nice day now. It's time to head back to Duluth and get some rest for tomorrow.